Hey students, how are you all? Once again, welcome back to another new session of the online English classes. As you already know that we had started the chapter Ice Cream Man in the previous video. So in today's video, we're going to continue with our discussion. So the last video was basically an introductory video on this poem. But today we are going to start discussing the poem. And this is the first part in the series. So without wasting much time, let us start our discussion. Okay students, now that we are going to dive deep into our discussion of this poem, let us first see what is written in the bubble. So there you can see the bubble on the top of the page. This bubble has some functions. So sometimes we get to learn a little about the background of the poem, and sometimes it discusses the theme of the poem. And in this poem, it is the second case. So if we read the bubble, we'll be able to understand the theme of the poem, Ice Cream Man. What is cold, sweet and creamy and wonderful to eat? Now this is something that you know easily, right? This is something that we've been discussing about, and we also discussed about it in the previous video. Your chapter is based on this. The answer to this question would be ice cream. Yes, ice creams are not just cold, but they're also creamy and sweet and wonderful to eat. Everyone's favorite treat, especially on a hot summer day, is an ice cream. Now, this is a sentence which is 100% true, right? During summers, ice cream is the only thing that satisfies us, especially on a sunny afternoon when the sun is scorching and we are sweating, we are exhausted and tired. We don't feel like eating any of our other favorite foods. It is only ice cream that brings us joy. And everyone's favorite person might just be the ice cream man. Yes, definitely, because the ice cream man is going to bring us our favorite food. Yes, I don't know whether you people have experienced this or not, but little children, they always, they love eating ice creams so much that they're always trying to hear the bell of the ice cream man's cart. Yes, so whenever they hear the bell ringing in a summer afternoon, they always run out and, they always want to have ice cream. Yes, so I think you may have also experienced this. So ice cream is not just our favorite. Ice cream man is also our favorite because he brings us our favorite food. When summer is in the city and bricks a blaze of heat. Okay, so the very first two lines of the poem are giving us an idea about what summer exactly feels like. Yes, summer is approaching, or it has already approached. We're already feeling very hot in the month of April only. Yes, so you already know what summer feels like. So what exactly happens when summer is in the city? The bricks are blazing with heat. Okay, so let us first see the meaning of the word blaze. A blaze is basically a fire, especially a fast burning fire which is producing a lot of flames and light, and hence heat as well. So whenever you see fire burning, three things we can always find: flames, light and heat. Yes, so this is what the meaning of the word blaze is. So now that you know the meaning of the word blaze, you can easily understand, right? Like what exactly happens. We know that there is really no fire burning around us, but still it feels as if there is a fire burning. Yes, it feels so much hot outside. When you are out in the road, you can feel the heat. Yes, the kind of heat that we feel when we are around a fire, the same kind of heat can be felt almost at every time during the season of summer. The ice cream man with his little cart goes trundling down the street. Okay, now here is another difficult word, trundling. Let us first see what it means. The word trundling comes from the word trundle, which is a verb, and the meaning is to roll an object on wheels, especially by pushing, often slowly or heavily. So we are dealing here with an object which has wheels in it. Yes, so whenever an object or a vehicle with wheels is rolling on the road, and especially when it is pushed, it is said to trundle. Okay, so in the very first picture you can see there's this ice cream man with his ice cream cart who is trundling down the street. That means he's pushing his ice cream cart. Yes. And in the next picture, you can see a little boy is playing with the wheel. Okay, so he's not just playing, he's trundling. Now here you cannot see a vehicle. He's just playing with the wheel, but that activity can also be called a trundle. When summer is in the city and bricks a blaze of heat, the ice cream man with his little cart goes trundling down the street. So you see, students, when we are feeling hot in the summer, when we don't feel like going outside, when we don't feel like being outside in a summery afternoon, what does an ice cream man do? He trundles down the street. He doesn't take rest. He's not sitting at home. What he is doing, he's moving his cart all around the street, all around the city, or in his own area, and he's selling ice creams and bringing joy to people. Beneath his round umbrella, oh, what a joyful sight. Alright, so we'll see what this joyful sight is. Let us first see the meaning of the word sight. The word sight has two meanings. The very first one is the ability to see. Okay, so here it is functioning as a noun. Actually, in both the meanings that you can see on your screen right now, both these words function as nouns. So, when you have the power to see or when you have the ability to see, it is called sight. And the next meaning of the same word is a thing that one sees or that can be seen. So, out of these two meanings, the second meaning of the word sight is applicable in this particular poem. Beneath his round umbrella, oh, what a joyful sight. Okay, so now we get to know a little about the appearance of the ice cream cart. We know we've just now seen a picture of the ice cream cart, but it also has an umbrella. Actually, not all ice cream carts have umbrellas on top. Some have. Okay, so the particular ice cream cart we are talking about in this poem has an umbrella on top. And beneath the round umbrella, what we get to see is very joyful. The sight is very joyful. Why? To see him fill the cones with mounds of cooling brown and white. Okay, to see him. Him is the ice cream man here. So what is he basically doing? He has his ice cream cart set up in a place which has an umbrella on top, and beneath the umbrella, what is he doing? He's filling cones with mounds of cooling brown and white. Let us see what these cones and mounds really are. So students, this is what a cone looks like. A cone is basically the crunchy part of an ice cream. Now there are different types of ice creams. We have popsicles, we have cup ice creams, we have cornettos, softies, and different varieties are there. Okay, so next time when you are having a cornetto or a softie, you'll see that the ice cream man is filling these cones with flavored ice creams. Okay, so this is the empty thing, and if you eat this alone, you'll not find it very tasty. It becomes super delicious when it is paired with ice cream. And on the right hand side of your screen, you can see there are different shapes of these cones. Okay, so the cones that we are familiar with are not available in only one shape. They can be found in these many different shapes and sizes. Now here comes the best part. these are the mounds of ice cream. Now students, a mound is basically a hill-like structure, okay? But here the hill, this cream, the ice cream's cream cannot be called a hill, right? But just because it appears like a little hill, it has been called a mound. Okay, so if you have noticed, when the ice cream man is selling, or you're standing beside his cart, if you have noticed, you'll find that he uses a special kind of a utensil which he puts inside the cream, and he scoops out the cream. Yes, he scoops it out and places it on top of the cone so that it becomes a mound-like structure. And once we have put the cone and the mound together, this is what we get. We get a complete ice cream. Yes, you can see that here in these ice creams, not just one but two mounds of ice creams are there. Different flavors are there. Yes, so this is the final result of having the cone and mound together. So, we were talking about this joyful sight, right? So what is so joyful? The fact that the ice cream man is filling the cones with mounds of ice cream is very joyful. Yes, the complete picture of that is very beautiful. It is very satisfactory. Yes, but it does not mention that the ice cream man is filling the cones with mounds of ice cream. Only cooling brown and white is written. Okay, so now you have to think why the words brown and white have been written. Why not simply ice cream? Okay, we'll discuss about this in the next class. Now that we have discussed the first part of the poem, let us quickly go through a summary. So students, the very first thing that we had discussed was that Rachel Field had composed the poem Ice Cream Man. This is something that we discussed in the previous video. The ice cream man is everyone's favorite during summer as he sells delicious ice creams. And the third point that we discussed was that the ice cream cart has an umbrella on top beneath which the ice cream man sells varieties of ice cream. Now that we have discussed quite a bit and also gone through the summary of today's video, let us quickly have a look at some questions. The first question is, why is the ice cream man everyone's favorite in summer? Question number 2, what has been described as a joyful sight? Question number 3, use any 3 adjectives to describe ice cream. So students, these are very easy questions. I hope you'll not face any difficulty in writing the answers of these. And if you do face any problem, then you can watch the video once again, and always remember to read the chapter thoroughly. With this, we come to the end of today's discussion. The rest part of the poem would be discussed in the upcoming video. Until then, stay safe and goodbye.